Hey folks, welcome. My name's Andrew, this is what I do, and in today's scheme, we're going to be looking at what a financial planner does. To help us evaluate whether financial planning might be the career for us, I'm joined by Jason. Jason, thanks for joining me.
How's it? Thanks for having me.
What exactly is a financial planner?
A financial planner is a professional that takes into account an individual's needs and goals, or financial needs and goals, and puts together a plan or a solution that can provide direction to that client's finances.
Right. So what are the sort of common goals? What are the sort of common solutions that you're looking to achieve?
Yeah, it varies from person to person, but we start from, anything from budgeting right through to, like your estate planning and stuff like that, or even high net worth kind of investments and things like that. So wealth planning is part of it. Insurance is part of it. Medical aid is part of it. So the solution usually comes down to a product being put in place to suit someone's needs. But advisors should be giving advice.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
So it can start from budgeting, and that's probably the first point of call. But for any individual, it's very, very different. I've skipped the budgeting process and jumped straight into wealth planning with clients. So it's because you don't need to budget for a millionaire. They've got the money. Right. So it's things like that.
So if I came to you, then you'd be like, all right, listen, this is how much money you probably should be putting away if you want to live. And then for somebody else, you'd be sort of saying, well, this is how we can invest your excess funds to make you even richer than you currently are.
Yeah, 100%. And even putting you in a position to be able to invest.
One art, please.
So that's also something that I would be able to try and assist with. We're not miracle workers, so we don't get rid of your debt or like double your money, overnight. It really comes down to kind of helping clients create good habits, if it's being spending habits or saving habits, whatever the case is, and then using those results to get a decent financial future.
That's sort of the broad idea of what a financial planner should do or what they should try and achieve with their clients. But what do you find you spend most of your day actually doing?
So I think I'm a bit different to most financial advisors. My core business should be sales. That's basically what the advice space or the financial planning space has become. The reason why I've grown my business to where it is today over a short space of time is because I didn't focus on the sale. I focused on the advice. So on a daily basis, I would say I contact a couple of my clients. Any referrals that I've been given, I'll do that first. So I'll contact them, find out what they're looking at, any goals that they've got. A lot of it's quite simple. Someone's maybe bought a house and they need insurance on the house. Other people might be planning to buy a house.
Oh, wow, windows. I don't think I can afford this place.
And I would have to put something together, like a savings vehicle or something to actually buy that place. So, on a daily basis, you'll see me in front of my computer for probably 2 or 3 hours maximum, just with admin and those type of things. And then the rest of the time I'm in front of clients, seeing them, discussing things with them. At the moment, just with the COVID and stuff, a lot of it's obviously on Zoom and virtual meetings. So it saves a lot of time. So at the moment, my admin's getting up to date at least. But financial planners by trade aren't very good at admin.
Wazowski, you didn't file your paperwork last night.
So we're more people's people, and salespeople. You have to have a gift of the gab. You need to be able to sell something. You want to sell your advice and then sell a solution to earn commission. That's kind of where you want to get to. But you can also charge for advice on a separate basis without having to sell a product.
Right. Okay, so just to chat about how you sort of differentiating that, because I think there's something valuable in saying, okay, the guys are going to be more sales focused, whereas I'm more advice focused. So in terms of actual activities, what are the different activities that a more sales focused financial planner versus a more advice focused financial planner would do?
A good advice broker would listen a lot more than what they speak.
It is crucial that you listen, Dwight.
I think hearing someone's current situation, finding out as much as you need, because there is a financial planning process that we should be following by like whatever we've studied. I mean, that textbook over there is the one on the top. That's my financial planning textbook, that I studied the postgrad. So like there is certain procedures to follow, and I think advisors tend to forget that. And the first step is always to gather as much information as possible. And then when I've got all the information I need, I can then do whatever I need to on the side. For an advisor that's sales driven, you can almost hear the desperation in their voice.
Come on, man. Don't hold out on me like this.
Because they just want to get a sale like sorted, done and dusted. Here's a policy. This is a life insurance policy, sign here, and quite often clients don't know what they're signing up for. I mean, a lot of my clients that I've actually signed up, they don't read the documents, even though I ask them to, or they say they have, because we all got our little consent forms that they say, yes, I've read the documents, and a lot of them don't know what they're signing up for. So for me, a sales driven broker would probably, they would be on call. They would be trying to get that sale done as quickly as possible, whereas I take my time a little bit. When I separate sales from advice, I think it's more helping someone and helping yourself. I think that's the big difference between advisors.
What would you say is perhaps your favorite part of the process? What's your favorite part of the job?
Getting to know people. I'm an extrovert by I am an extrovert and I recharge by meeting people, seeing people. And I like to learn about different. So I'm quite fortunate in that my business or my client portfolio, there's a lot of business clients or commercial clients. So businesses that I look after, not just individuals, and getting to know a business, getting to know an individual on a different level. I mean, we get to know you inside and out. I mean, we've even got medical questions on some of the applications that we get to like fill in, so we really get to know a person. And I think meeting new people and understanding different scenarios and actually putting down a plan for a specific person is quite cool. I think it's challenging because not everyone is the same. So I really, really enjoy that. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So is there anything that you really dislike about your job, even if it's just like the boring admin, or if it's something that's maybe a little bit more irksome?
You didn't even have to lead. You didn't have to lead with admin. I was going to say it. So it's admin. It's admin. Admin is the worst part of the job. There's to be specific, it's more compliance. So like I said, we need to sign certain consent forms and all sorts of things. I think compliance is a big it's all the red tape that you have to go through just to offer that service. And quite often it's a stack of paper that you need to get signed. It needs to be read through. You need to disclose certain things to clients, like who I am, what I'm qualified in, what I'm going to earn, all of these different things. And it becomes a bit of a headache. I mean, if I didn't have compliance, I would be able to sell something or give advice on something in the space of like 2 minutes, but with all the compliance, it's really a bit of a headache. But there's nothing you can do about it, and that's when I think a good team is necessary.
So are there people that help you out with the admin, or do you have to do a lot of that yourself? So
in the beginning of my career, I did a lot of it myself. My portfolio was quite small, and it was really up to me to do it. An advice space or a financial planning space is quite a lonely place to be in. You're kind of working for yourself. You become a business owner from day one. It's your own business that you're running. So from day one, when you sign your first client, that's all on you. So I think back then I didn't have a team and I did it all myself. But now that my portfolio has grown quite a bit, I do have a staff complement of 12 people that assist me on claims, admin, a whole bunch of things. So if someone does pass away and we have to pay claims, from a policy that was put in place or things like that, that can be quite a thing. So I need a team. And at the moment, I think I've got about 12 or 13 people that assist me on that.
What sort of person do you think would be a great fit or would even just enjoy this sort of job?
I think a people's person with a bit of a financial background. So I know financial advisors or financial planners that don't have any previous kind of finance experience. They're just really good
Yeah.
salespeople. So I think it was Richard Branson, I think, that once said that the biggest skill that you could work on is your sales, because
Yeah.
you're always selling something. You're selling yourself at the end of the day, or you're selling a product or whatever the case is. But I would definitely say a people's person that isn't afraid to hear the word no. I think that would be the best person to do it. You know, someone who's got a thick skin, who can carry a conversation, and who's also able to listen.
All right. And can you think of anybody who would maybe not enjoy this very much?
The opposite of that. The finance it's a taboo topic. Money is a taboo topic. You know, no one likes to speak about their own finances to people, and to extract that information from someone else can be quite difficult. So being able to also have that, not only a people's person, but make sure that you can come across that you care, that you want to be able to extract that information, you know, not to do something with it, but to actually assist someone. I think if you've got that type of personality, if you're a caring person, or you want to help, you know, I think that would be a good way. If you're not that type of person, don't even bother. If you want to sit and do admin, if you want to get work, follow a process and finish it up, then by all means do that. But it's not for financial planning. Wouldn't be for you then. You know, there is a process to follow, but it's also a very fluid thing, and things happen in that process. But it would be someone who doesn't have any experience in financial planning, or even if their finances are a little bit if they're not stewarded properly or taken care of properly, your own personal situation, I think you need to sort out your own house before you can actually give advice. Yeah. So I think an introvert, or I would say introverted people would work. It just depends, you know, it would be on their time, not necessarily on the client's time.
All right. So extroversion helps, but it's probably more around, as you said, sort of like flexibility and how comfortable you are with uncertainty. I'm just guessing you probably have to have a decent memory as well for this sort of thing, to remember all of like the legislation and what's happening, or is there some other skill?
And a lot of to-do lists, my friend. it's I've got paper lying around just because I'm writing things down the whole day, you know. So it's definitely something that you need to be organized. You know, you have to have some sort of administrative skill behind you, but when you get to a point, you can pass that off to someone else, you know. So I think it's the early phases of a financial advisor can be quite daunting, especially because of the income, you know. And we earn sporadically. So you earn as and when you sign a policy, and you earn that once off usually. On certain products, you can earn monthly income, and that's how I built my business. A lot of advisors would be, or a lot of juniors in the advice industry would be put through a graduate program or something, get thrown into a brokerage or a FSP, a financial services provider, and from there there's a lot of uncertainty around income specifically. You know, are you going to earn this month? You know,
so that's all right. I ate last week.
So it can be quite daunting. But if you have the drive, I think a financial planner is an entrepreneurial kind of person anyway. You know, because you're running your own business from day one, and it's all for you.
Yeah, as long as your clients are making money as well, of course.
Of course, yeah. So I think if on a client who's not doing well, then I'm going to earn, you know. So if I've got 10 million rand invested for a client and they're growing at, I don't know, 10% a year, and they're loving life, then my income would have grown at 10% a year for that particular client.
Yeah.
You know, because I earn on the fee, I earn a commission or an advice fee on the investment itself. So I think being prudent and also managing those things, because sales is one thing. And we've touched on all the beginning kind of stages of getting a client on board. But once you've got the client on board, you need to look after them. You need to manage that client. You need to manage their portfolio properly. And that's where like you'll start building that portfolio where you don't always need to sell anymore. You've got kind of a client base that you can work from them.
All right. So how did you get into this? I mean, obviously there are some qualifications that you need, but what was your sort of journey to where you're at now?
So no one, I think, chooses to be a insurance broker or financial planner. You kind of just fall into it.
How did I get here?
And the same thing happened to me. So I kind of fell into it. But I did have a background and I always wanted to be some sort of financial person.
Yeah.
So finance was something that interested me. I wanted to either get into banking, stockbroking, any of those type of things. So I studied economics and econometrics, and I would say that a BCom or something like that would be helpful.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. So you do have to get certain credits to comply.
Right.
So you have to get certain qualifications or credits. I think the NQF like credits that you get, it's a certain number, and then if you get that number, then you can qualify. But I would say that a BCom undergraduate degree would suffice with some financial modules in there, because they will always count towards it.
Yeah.
And then there are two types of planners. One that is a financial advisor, and then the other one is a certified financial planner. So I'm a certified financial planner. It's a proper designation, a professional qualification. You need to do an undergraduate, and then you need to do the postgraduate diploma, which is that one over there. So you're a course, and then you write a board exam, and then you are a certified financial planner. I think it's not necessary to do it that way. There aren't many certified financial planners out there. There's probably in the country maybe about 2,000. If you're going to get into a brokerage or something like that, it would be important just to have some sort of qualification, and then you need a minimum of a year's experience at least to start assisting clients outside of supervision.
Is there anything else that you would like to add for someone who might be interested in this, or are you happy that you've said your piece?
I think for someone who wants to get into the industry, you need to give it time. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. You need to sit and do the hard graft for at least 2 or 3 years when you start out, because you're basically still working for someone else in that time. And you're still building your portfolio up. But after those 3 years, if you can put in the hard work in those 3 years, and you're not scared of maybe not having an income for a month or two in that year because you didn't do whatever you needed to, I think after those 3 years and once you've settled in, I think the sky's the limit. It's up to you then.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much for giving me an idea of what this looks like. I think that's been really thorough and very helpful. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for joining me.
Thanks very much for having me.
So that was the role of a financial planner. Perhaps you can forecast a career for yourself in this profession, or perhaps you'd prefer something less fiscally focused. If there is a career that you would like to learn about, or a unique career that you would like to share, leave a comment down below. And if you want to stay up to date with what careers are out there, don't forget to like and subscribe.